Here's another short sermon for you. Yeah.
This is not about you, dude!
It's not?
I've really enjoyed preparing this series. It reminded me that while we work, while we do the things that God called us to do, God is working on us. While Noah was building the ark, God was busy building Noah. When we act out what we believe, we not only test what we believe, but we solidify it. We confirm it. 1 John 3 verse 18 to 20 reminds us that we must not love merely in theory or in speech, but in deed and in truth. We must be all in with our faith walk. Please go and read James 2 verse 14 to 26. Read it carefully, and allow the Holy Spirit to minister to you. While we work, putting into action what we believe, our influence in the world will grow. And in a modern world where we live in, the most uninfiltrated mission field is the marketplace, with many Christians believing, at least in their actions, that their careers and faith are divorced. In the marketplace, we have influence. The word influence is derived from the Latin word influentia, meaning to inflow. When we have influence in someone's life, when we have influence on a person, we change their behavior, development, and ultimately their character. In the word of John Maxwell, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. So no matter my vocation, I need to make sure that what is flowing out of me is pure and good and righteous. What flows out of you? Will the influence you have on those around you change their behavior, development, and ultimately the character for the better? Take a moment and think about your loved ones and be aware what has been flowing out of you. Proverbs 4 verse 23 tells us to guard our hearts above all else, because out of it flows the springs of life. Out of it flows the springs of life. Our influence starts with what is happening in our hearts of hearts. For as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Proverbs 23 verse 7. Is Christ the King of your heart? Is it Him that is flowing out of you, influencing your loved ones and co-workers? Once you are done listening this sermon, go and read Galatians 6. Let us do good morally to all people, verse 10 tells us. For us to have good influence in the world, we have to make sure that Christ is King of our heart, because then it will be Christ flowing out of us, influencing the people around us. It will be Christ impacting the behavior, development, and ultimately the character of our loved ones. In your heart, set Christ apart as holy, we are reminded by 1 Peter 3 verse 15. I would like to encourage you to set Christ apart as holy in your heart, so that He can flow from your heart, so that we as His children can have a positive impact on people's lives.